Now it goes without saying that Axie Infinity is in some deep water lately, but they are not stopping when it comes to Origin launch, and it starts now. The week of Origin launch starts, and it will be available on Mavis Hub on April 7th. So every single day until April 7th, we will get an update released. And today we get an official gameplay trailer that we'll be playing throughout this video, but we also get what will be coming towards the April 7th, as well as some leaks on runes and charms. So this is the most interesting part. This is the final piece that we are missing, the runes and charms. While we had originally planned to launch Origin today, after yesterday's security breach, we needed to reprioritize our efforts and shift the launch date by 1 week, which is not that bad. I mean, everyone was kind of expecting Axie Infinity to miss the date, but it looks like they were planning to do it anyway. So 1 week of wait is not bad. While the game is ready for soft launch, we decided to give the engineering and security team an additional window of time to deeply investigate all implications of the breach before asking for the full attention to support Origin's launch. Now, in the week leading up to the launch, we are excited to engage with the community and share you plenty of leaks to the next release. So first thing that I wanted to notice is the Axie Infinity Origin logo. I'm not sure if that will be the full name or if they just made the art for this article, but it looks like the logo is a little bit refreshed, right? And the week leading up to the launch, we have the gameplay trailer today, and then we have a bunch of contests as well as runes and charms being leaked on a couple of channels, and then we have arena modes guide and plant and runes charms on April 4th. Starter Axie lore, which is the interesting one. What will starter Axie be? Will they be free? Will there be plenty of them, or is it just like a limited version to try and check out the game? And on Thursday, April 7th, we get the game downloadable on Mavis Hub. Now, the gameplay trailer does reveal quite a lot of stuff. If you guys haven't seen it, I will link it down below. But most important, runes and charms. Origin first official gameplay trailer is hot off the press. It shows off the upgraded Axie art animation, but it also includes sequential turns, energy reset, card changes, iron art cards, runes and charms, and the new rage mechanic and more. The runes and charms over the next week will be sharing the runes and charms for several classes. For the first 7 announcements, we'll have some help from a few well-known community members. Those are listed right here. And the original launch contests. If you guys are a content creator of some sort and you want to participate in those contests, I'm not sure what the prizes are, but you can create a meme from the Origin card, you can create Arco Beast Lore, or you can create a starter Axie cosplay. There will be more info coming soon. Judging will be based on originality as well as quality, and there will be a contest starting on the 31st of March, and the submission ends on April 5th. Now, this is an image that we really want to look at. First of all, what we have is the debuffs as well as the buffs on this Axie right here. So you see the bleeding, you see the weak, you see the vulnerable potentially, you see the stun, some sort of a shield up. We also see energy, 2 energy versus the 2 of the opponent. We see the card counter right here. I believe this is your deck left over. This is the discard pile, and you see all of these cards being ready to play, which will go into the discard pile if you don't play them. And we also should be getting some cool and unique monsters in the adventure so that we can collect moon shards, allowing us to craft those beautiful runes and charms. Origin preview stream. There will be a stream on April 2nd hosted by Izayori as well as a guest from the team, and they will stream an internal gameplay session. This will be your first opportunity to see the completed alpha build, so there will be plenty of content on my channel from that. Hopefully we see something very exciting. You see all the classes right here as well. It looks like they have made the bird a little bit more pink. Hopefully they move forward with that design, as it was too close in color to the reptiles. And one more thing that I wanted to mention is that we have some sort of a ranking system. I'm not sure if it was in the video or not. You should see it on the screen right now. The ranking system has some unique ranks, so they didn't decide to go with the bronze, silver, gold, whatever that might be. I believe I've seen egg 2, not sure what that is. Maybe it's some sort of a lower rank, but it's funny to see the names that they come up with as well as what we will see. So Thursday, April 7th, Origin will be available for download via Mavis Hub. If you guys don't have a PC, most people actually play on Android, so it's kind of weird for them to do this only on Mavis Hub. Maybe they want to have limited access, but I will be covering as much content on this as I can. So if you guys don't have access, then you can definitely check out my channel to see what will be popping through Origin. Now, we are incredibly excited to get Origin into the hands of the community, even though we are not able to share it with you today as planned. We are hoping that the onslaught of videos and content we've prepared will help you prepare once it's available next week. Now, to our dedicated Axie Infinity community, we are unwavering in our commitment to our mission. Thanks for the support and yada yada yada. Let's check out the runes and charms that they have already leaked. The first runes and charms that we see are the neutral runes. So I believe there's an explanation from Shade explaining exactly what neutral runes are. It was actually smooth, so my body wasn't Shade, but happy Origin launch week. We are kicking off power up leaks with neutral class runes and charms. As a reminder, runes and charms are power ups to add new customization and theory crafting to Origin. Runes are special power-ups that can be equipped to your Axie. So you have to kind of see the difference between runes and charms. Runes will be limited to 1 per Axie. That's all you can get, 1 per Axie. Whereas each Axie can equip 1 rune. Charms are power-ups that enhance an Axie parts and abilities. Each of an Axie's 6 abilities can equip 1 charm. So an Axie can wear potentially up to 6 charms. So charms will probably be much weaker to the rune, whereas if you select the proper rune, I assume you will have a big advantage if you do that correctly. What makes a neutral class so special? They can be equipped to any Axie, any class. Pretty powerful stuff. So I assume they won't be as powerful as a specific rune for a specific Axie. They should just be a generalization. But let's look at the first ones that we have. And the first thing that we see is 5 neutral runes. So remember, 1 per Axie. The first one that we have is Mini Legion. Summoned units have plus 10 max health, deal plus 2 damage per summon to all enemies at the start of your turn. Now, imagine if you create some sort of a summon deck. Now, we have seen plenty of summon cards. We have the Mavis, we have the Trunk or the Hollow from Plant, and there's probably a bunch of others that I'm forgetting. So I've seen about 5 or 6 summons. So if you create a summon team, having a rune like that could definitely put you in an advantage. So you can wear 1 per Axie. If you stack 3 of them, then every single summon has plus 30 max health, right? That can get quite sticky for your opponent trying to clear those. Gain plus 10 bonus shield from cards as thick shield. So okay, that's a big one again, because most of the cards that we have seen are 60 shield or maybe 50 shield. So getting that extra 20% of shield every single time could be interesting on something like the front lane. Recover 4% of your max health at the end of your turn. Okay, so imagine that. Let's say you are playing a back lane or a mid lane that has cards that take away their health. We have seen 1 card from the Plant, whereas if you summon something, you lose a bit of health, or something like the bird Feather Strike, whatever it's called, post fight. So you lose health when you play cards, and at the end of your turn you gain some of that HP back. Could be interesting. It could be interesting on cards that actually play Taunt. Again, if you survive the attack, you get to recover your health. Pure Instinct, all cards gain 15% class bonus. So exactly the same thing as we have seen so far. So if you play the cards from the same class as you play in the Axie, so let's say you're playing a Cactus on a Plant, you will strike for a little bit more. Pure Instinct will basically do the same thing. You will deal a little bit more damage. So the neutral ones are some sort of a mechanics that we have already seen. 10 bonus shield, you already get 10% more shield in Axie Infinity 2.0 if you play from the same class. Shady Exchange is a solo. Now let's see what solo actually means. It's right at the bottom here. Only 1 Axie per team can have this effect active. Okay, so there's some limitations there as well. Class bonus, increase attack, health, shield of abilities if used by Axie of the same class. Okay, so it's not only attack, it's not only shield, it's also heals. So Pure Instinct could potentially be a good one. Solo, plus 1 energy on even numbered turns, so I assume every second turn, depending how long the battles is. The value of this card might increase or decrease depending on the deck that you're running. You add 1 Daze, 1 Goo and 1 Void to your deck. So this will not be useful in decks where you quickly want to cycle through your deck. It will be more for the slower decks. for the ones that are more controlled and heal based. The next thing that we have on the list is Mystic Neutral Charms. So first charms that we see that will cost you 5 potential points. Every Axie will have some sort of potential points pool, and you can equip charms based on those pools. So the first mystic ones that we see is Energy Drink. You can enhance any card, and this adds banish cards based stat plus 20%. So imagine if you enhance a card that is a 2 cost, like the Thorny Caterpillar, where instead of dealing 100 damage it deals 120, but then again if someone is debuffed it deals even more. Could be something to think about. Scotch Tape, you add Retain. Okay, again, a very good one. We already seen a couple of cards that you might want to retain if you are setting up a combo. Let's say you want to queue up a Fear as well as Sandal in the same round, but you already have Sandal in your hand. You don't really want to discard that. You want to add a Retain to it, so you can queue up Cute Bunny and Sandal in the same turn to deal maximum amounts of damage. Scotch Tape could allow you to do that. I'm not sure if it's worthy playing it as a Mystic. I'm not sure if Retain will have that much value. Of course, it's easier to set up combos, but whether it's worth the 5 points, I'm not sure. Pre-order tag, you add Innate. I'm not sure if that's worth. I kind of forgot what Innate does. The Rocket Stamp, this card can target any enemy. Okay, so you can boost one card, and it allows you to not waste any energy on targeting cards, but instead you can just target whatever you want. You can finish up someone on the back lane if you have another backdoor combo like the Shrimp, whatever that is. You can follow up with a card that doesn't necessarily have targeting functions. So this one I can see being quite good. Discount coupon, -1 energy cost, and the card's base stat is -40%. We'll see whether that works for everything, right? So you make something cheaper, but you also decrease it by 40%. So maybe there is a unique 2-cost card that you need for your combo, but you don't necessarily want to pay 2 energy for it because it's going to make the combo quite difficult to pull off. So you play discount coupon, so that becomes a 1 cost. It deals a little bit less damage, but it allows you to trigger the combo, which in turn will have a higher damage out. And last but not least, we have the rare as well as epic neutral charms. So the first charms that we have is Charm of Endurance 3. I expect that there will be 1 and 2 as well. That will just be for lower ranks or for lower costs of potential points, and it enhance shielding cards, shield stat +7. So not exactly as good as a rune that gives you +10, but the shielding stat does give you +7. Charm of Power, attack +7. Charm of Vitality, Axie's max health +25. So finally we get to see whether the health of an Axie can be altered, and potentially altering the health of your front lane like the plant will be a play that you need to make if you don't want to have too squishy of a front lane, because we already know that beasts and birds will probably have runes and charms that increase the damage output, but you don't want to do that for your plant. Charm of Faith, heal stat +7. So very simple ones. These ones are very, very simple. Looks like they just went for the same amounts of stat, attack, heal, whatever that might be. They just did flat 7. And then the epic one that we see is a Sun Stamp, and this card targets the furthest enemy. So not quite as good as the Mystic one, which allows you to target any enemy. This one just targets the furthest one. So the backdoor possibility is again very, very open, and that's something that we have seen quite often, right? The targeting functions where you can target any enemy or you can target the furthest enemy, whereas in 2.0 it just recently become the meta, the Shrimp, the backdoor mechs, but it looks like in 3.0 if you don't play a taunt on your team, you might be getting outplayed by those backdoors. And that's all the information that we have about Origin right now. If you guys want to watch the sneak peek from Axie Infinity, there will be the link down below. Also, let me know what you think about the runes and charms in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily PlayNity content, and I'll see you in the next one.